Okay, recording has begun. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Time Warp Art. Bren here. Good to see everybody. We're streaming in on the stream. Ha! No, bad joke. Bad joke. Never mind. The good thing is I have some energy. I have been so low on energy, and I'm finally back. Yay! The energy's here. I guess y'all can tell that by the way I'm talking and everything. So, yeah. Okay, so today we are going to begin the nature journal. And I'm doing it my way, which means I'm going to try to incorporate different techniques for you guys that doesn't require actual drawing. Thanks, Eileen. And Mitts. Appreciate it, you guys. I don't know, Vicky. I found it yesterday afternoon. It just hit me. It's like, oh, yes. So I jumped into Paula's stream last night, and it was still there. So I'm like, oh, this is a good sign. It didn't wear off in an hour. Yeah. Well, I tell you, I ate more yesterday. Well, for those who don't know, I'm type 2 diabetic, and I've been having a little difficulty with my food situation and getting it under control again. So I decided yesterday I just needed to eat more food, and that's what I needed, apparently. Yeah. So, oh. Okay. Let's see. All right. Speaking of mail. This is an example of how I get my mail. Totally squashed. The box was just like this when I got it out of the bigger box it was in. And the heavier object that was in the bigger box squished this object, which was not packed so it would not move. So, of course, everything was shifting around in the box. However, the pen seems to be okay. That's the good part. You know, the plastic got crunched, but everything seems to be okay. I haven't used it yet, but we'll see. Now, this is the Kuretake, I think I said that right, brush pen. And the neat thing about this is it comes with cartridges. And I'm taking some drawing classes online, and this is one of the things they recommend. So here's the cartridge that goes in the pen, but it's a brush tip, okay? And I don't know that much about it yet. I'm working on that part. But just like a regular fountain pen, and it has a long thing there, you put it in the barrel and push it in, and this is the brush tip. I don't know if you guys can even see that. Let me try the overhead light. Okay, it's got a brush tip. There you go. You can kind of see. Yeah. I've got to work on the light in here. So my flicker is gone, but now I got shadows. Well, we'll deal with it. So you got one or the other. Anyway, that's my new pen for my drawing class, and I will be not worried about this because it's fine. It'll be fine. Kuretake Sumi brush pen. That's what it's called, and I got it off Amazon. And everything's in Japanese, so it's like, what? Anyway, that's a new toy. I get to play with that soon. But I want to catch up on Lifebook first. I am so behind in Lifebook, it's ridiculous. I hate it when that happens, because then I stop. It's like I stop and I don't get back to it. Oh, let me show you this first. I went to Fiberfest, and we had a great show. We had a little trouble with the Wi-Fi with the laptop at first. That's how we do our credit cards. But several other people were having problems too, and apparently somebody didn't push a button in the right place or something. Anyway, we got it to work, and so we had a really good show. I found a yarn bowl which is, it's a pottery bowl with a slot cut in it that you put your ball of yarn, not a cake, but the ball of yarn in here, and it won't roll off across the room. Then you pull it, you know, you pull your yarn from here, so you position it so that you're pulling kind of off the side so it doesn't go back up there and defeat the purpose. So anyway, it has some gorgeous cracked glass on the inside. And I'm thinking he did this when he fired it. Let me see if you can kind of see that it's melted and it's really shiny. When I saw this, I first thought it was a stone. You know, one of those geode things that you cut open and you see all the pretty things inside. That's what I thought this was. And it called to me, you know, and so once I picked it up, I realized, oh, that's glass. That's awesome. So this one had to come home with me, and it has pretty dragonflies, and it feels really good. It's blue, it's gray. I really like the shape of it. I did have to put some sticky back felt on the bottom so it doesn't scratch everything. But anyway, he had to come home with me. I've been looking for a yarn bowl for about 3 years. Yeah, so this one was mine. He had to come home with me. And of course, you know, yarn. I had one casualty. Oh no, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. This is, of course, one of the most expensive ones, naturally. But this is and see, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But this is lock spun or tail spun, and yeah, a lady's purse got snagged on it because, well, I made the mistake of, and I've learned from this, is my display, those wire rack things, and I had unfortunately positioned the racks at the edge of the table so the yarn would hang off and be pretty, you know, hanging off the table a little bit. Okay, well, it was pretty, but unfortunately, they got snagged a couple times. So that one just snapped in two. And so I don't know if I can repair it or, you know, make something out of it myself, or I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that I had one casualty. So that's pretty good, you know, not too bad. But we had a great show. Everything went well once we got the Wi-Fi working. So, yay. Okay, so let's go to Facebook. No, not Facebook. Lifebook. Oh, geez, I'm getting so confused. Yeah, coffee time. I don't need coffee right now. I'm hyper. Yay, I'm hyper. Okay, so let's see. Hang on. Sorry, little spider. She doesn't belong in the house. Sorry. Normally I'd catch him and put him outside, but I'm streaming. Okay, so Lifebook. I was going along really well, and I'm going to catch up. I am not going to let this be a problem. I still have some doodling to do on several of the pages. I got stuck on week 9. I got so busy getting prepped for the show that I'm like, okay, this is, you know, yeah. So anyway, I have the list of words that goes in the jar. My jar is, I've sketched an outline, and I just have to continue with that. And then, of course, I got sidetracked completely except for cutting. See, I've even got my words for this one. Here's my heart that's going to be fanned like so, and put into a pocket. This was Tam's lesson, and I've got my thoughts there, and I made some notes on the back of my sheets, and I'll continue from there. This was, what week was this? This was week 10. Okay, and we are now on week 14. Yeah, this is week 14. So I'm a little bit behind, but one week was just an interview to watch. And I did watch that while I was packing. So that was good. So that's done. So technically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 things to do. Okay, that's not too bad considering. So anyway, before I get on to like Jane's lesson, oh yes, I did want to show you her book. I got her book finally. I got it right before I left. Hey Dar. Right before I left for the show, my book came, and so I haven't even cracked it open. I mean, you know, this is like, yes, and I'm taking her course. This is Jane Davenport. I'm taking her course that goes with the book. I'm really excited about that, but before I let myself start this, I'm going to catch up on Lifebook. I have to catch up on Lifebook. That's my goal. Now that I have my energy back, yes, progress shall be made. Okay, so today what we're going to do is start the nature journal. And I have wanted to do this for a while now. And we already made this book when I was doing, yes Eileen, there's a course that goes with the book. Go to Jane Davenport's website, which I don't know what it is right now. If somebody comes up with a link, the links are open. Yeah, she has a course that goes with the book. She said that she filmed the course while she was doing the book. And I don't know that anyone's ever done that before. That is awesome. And I ordered it right from her. So I have an autograph. Now I did crack it open to see the autograph and put that in there. But see, she autographed it right there. Awesome. Yep. So, yeah, exactly. So she wrote the book and filmed the course at the same time. And talk about thinking ahead. Wow. Very cool. But yeah, that will be happening. Okay, so we made a simple book like this in what, like 10 minutes or something on a stream. When I was doing the last series yeah, I guess last month now. This is April, yeah. So when I did the journaling by fives, Shannon's journaling by fives, the first video in that series I did is up on YouTube. This is just a simple book, and you can do this if you want to, just to have a book that you can work in. However, what I'm going to do is put my book together later. So I'm going to do all my art and then put it together later. Don't ask me why, I just decided to do it that way. So we're going to do that. Okay. Alright, so what I've got here is the 14 by 17 mixed media paper from Canson. And this is a huge book. I love it. It's really huge, but it's very heavy. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. And I had to get the extra large Ziploc bags to store these puppies in. Because when they went on, I think they were half price at Michael's at one point. And so I bought like, you know, 15, 20 of them, different sizes. And I think I have 3 this size. But I don't normally work this big. However, it comes in handy for making books. I had to blow my nose. Sorry, guys. Bad allergies going on. We got all kinds of tree pollen. And boy, is it pesky. I hate it when I wake up and I can't sing because I can't clear my throat. Ah, it's very annoying. Okay, so I also wanted to use up some of my 8x8 pads. So, one thing we will not be doing is too much paint. Now, I'm not going to say we're not going to use paint at all, because we just might. But, my main goal is to not use paint if I can find another technique that will work. Okay? This is a challenge to myself. So we're going to see how that comes out. I've also got some 6x6. So the pads I've got here that I'm going to use are, this is the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. and it's Harper's Boutique is this one, and it's black and white. This is fabulous. I love this paper pad. So we're going to be using some of this. I also have 7 Gypsies Off the Wall. Now this one's double-sided, so you can take your pick of which side you want to use. Just give you a quick peek at that. Alright. And then I've got some 6x6s also. So here's another 7 Gypsies Conservatory. Okay, and this one is double-sided as well. And there's several sheets. There's not too many designs, but there's several sheets of them. So you can utilize both sides. And then this one is Nature Garden, and this is Prima, the 6x6. And let's see, there's 16 papers, and single-sided. So there's 16 designs, and there's like 3 of each one or something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make some pages, okay, from this paper. So I'm not going to open this because the white drives the camera crazy. So this book is, like I said, 14 by 17, and we have 8 by 8 paper. What I want to do is leave a border around the edge of the white. So what I have done, I have taken a whole sheet. Okay, so let me open this up just for a second. Sorry, camera. This is going to make the camera nuts. Okay, so here's the whole sheet. So I took the whole sheet and folded it in half, and then I measured it, and it came out to, yes, sorry, ruler. It came out to 8.5. Okay, so 8.5. So I did 8.5 this way. So now I've got a square journal of 8.5 by 8.5, which will give me my approximate 1/4 inch border around my pages. My art will then go on top of whatever page is here. Now, whether it's on the scrapbook paper or on a different sheet and paste it on, it doesn't matter. We're going to explore all different ways of doing it. Okay, so now what we have 8 by 8, 8.5 by 8.5, folded in half, so that's the 17 by 8.5, okay? So that's the full spread will be that big. Okay, so now we've got pages that are left over, and I think these are 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so we are going to make different sized pages as well. So some projects will take up a single page, some will take up a double spread. We'll just see how it goes as we go along. I've not done a book yet. This is all in my head. We're going step by step, week by week, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay? So, we're also going to put inclusions. For example, sorry about that, my throat's a little dry. This is, and I have 2 pads of this, and it's been sitting up here not being used. So let's utilize this. Craft Glassine. Alright, it's a Tim Holtz ideology, and it comes in pads, and I think it comes in an envelope or something. I'm not sure. This is what I have though, so I'm not sure what else, you know, how else it comes. But there again, you can see that this fits on here with that same border. Now that was a happy accident. Serendipity, okay? Serendipity, that just happens to fit there. Okay, so we also can fold them so that they're inside, and you can center them or not. I have not folded it exactly in half. I have in mind to have like a little booklet on the inside of one of the pages, so we'll incorporate that somehow or other and have this, and then these will be incorporated into these, and we can place them wherever we want when we stitch it at the end. Okay, so we can put in, you know, all kinds of papers. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything in particular. Anything will work since we're stitching our own book and we're using double stick tape or, you know, whatever we want, to, staplers or whatever to put the pages in. So, yeah. So this stuff is really cool. I can't wait to play with that. Because I've done a couple of things and I don't remember right now what it was. Because it was right when it first came out and these have been out a little while. So, yeah. So we're going to play with that. Now, okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this big book, I think, and we'll see what the camera does to all this white underneath. I've covered my very dirty green mat. Okay, let me see where I can stand this so it won't fall over. Okay, that's a heavy book. All right. Yeah, carpet tape, yeah, that'll work too. So I figured working like this and using all of these papers, and give the camera something to look at here so it won't go crazy. You know, utilizing all these papers and putting it with or in addition to or tear them up in collage or whatever we decide to do with these papers to incorporate things that, you know, we haven't used in a while, or, you know, things that catch our eye. And this one, you know, it has kind of a nature theme. The papers I picked has kind of a nature theme. So we'll, you know, we'll stick with that and see what we come up with. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was start on a page. And I'm going to start with the background. And I don't think I'm going to attach it to anything just yet. Let me move that over here. See how the camera does with this. So what we're going to utilize is a die cut. Okay, this is a die, tattered leaves, and probably almost everybody has tattered leaves. You can, I don't know if you can see that or not with my crazy lights. I don't know. Anyway, here's what this puppy looks like. Okay, here's what it looks like. That out of the way. So it has 3 leaves. Okay, so I'm saving the cardstock that I cut from. We may utilize that. So I'm as a stencil maybe, or, you know, whatever. But I'm going to use the leaves. Okay. Now what I want to do is, okay, let me move this now, is use the leaves on one of the pages and then draw on those with the white pen. Now, I've done this before. What I'm talking about, I've done this before in one of my art journals. Let me see if I can find the page. It's here somewhere. Just don't know exactly where the where is. Okay, it must be up further than I thought. Hello, Tisha. Maybe I'm in the wrong book. No, here it is. Ha, here it is. Okay, so this is what I've done before. Now, I Zentangled in the leaves. So I painted the background, drew in some trees with the paintbrush, did some stamping, see the dots, that's the stamping, and put in my text with stamps, and then went back and colored them in. And on what I had cut the leaves from was some scrapbook paper and also book pages. So then I put matte medium over, golden matte medium, over the whole thing. And then I Zentangled with my micron pens. At this point it was micron pens. And so that's what I kind of thought we would do with these instead of doing it in reverse. We'll have the leaves are black and we're going to use white ink. So this is going to be something simple to get y'all started while you're thinking about how you want to do your book and gathering some materials. And then I'm going to give y'all some homework. Yes, yes, we're going to have a little homework. Okay, so let me see if I can make a little more room here. Okay, so what I thought we'd do is try to figure out what kind of sequence we want to do on here. Now, I also thought about leaving some space to do a quote. I didn't have time to look up any quotes, but if anybody has any leaf-related springtime kind of quote that you want to put in the chat, I'll consider it as a page additive. All right, so what is with carpet tape? What are y'all talking about over there? No idea. Oh, okay. If you don't have carpet tape, yeah, carpet tape is double sticky. I have some somewhere. Yes, I have used that before to cover albums and things, but yeah, that's carpet tape. So if you don't have this, if you're one of those few that do not have this die, what you can do, I have an alternative for you. Thought about this earlier, just hadn't gotten them out yet, is faux leaves. All right, you can take faux leaves. So these are what's considered, what they call these silk, but they're not actually silk, they're polyester. But you can take leaves and paint them black, and we'll have the same thing. And yes, if you use my favorite black, my all-time favorite black is the lamp black from Americana. Let's see if you guys can see. Yeah, the lamp black. Okay, lamp ebony black. Okay, I don't know if it still says ebony. This is an older one. It's almost empty. But if you paint the leaves with this, your white pen will write over it. Okay? Okay. Eileen. Pull out my Udi. Messy, messy, messy. Now, last night in Paula's stream, you guys, I was telling you guys how I hate that stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can also use, we're going to utilize some veined leaves as well. You know what? That looks really good. Let's do that. That looks really good. Let's have a different size. Let's get a small one. Let's get a small one. Oh, look at that. That is cool. I like that. There again, serendipity. I hadn't looked in this box yet. Awesome. This is too big for our purposes, but, you know, you get the idea. Yes. Okay. Oh, get back over there. Okay. So as you can see, I have a box with leaves. Okay, so let me see. What I'm going to use then is my Uniball Signo pen. I've actually got two sizes. One is a fine writer. I know it's around somewhere. I don't see it right at the moment, but it's here someplace. I also have my Sharpie poster paint pen. This is the water-based one, extra fine point. So we're going to use that at some point. Oh, excuse me. So you guys can get where I'm going with this, right? Okay. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so, okay, you guys are making me laugh now. Okay, so I want an uneven number of leaves. And so since I have 6, I'm going to put one to the side to use for something later. Now I want to decide if I want to take a stencil, and I have another one of these, or I have a different stencil, and do a little stenciling on the back. However, this paper is quite nicely patterned. I think I'm going to go with just as it is, and then we're just going to work with the leaves. Okay, so I think what I would like to do is check my placement. Does anybody have a quote? I haven't seen anything go by, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. I'm trying to watch chat, but you guys know how I am. Sometimes I get working and I forget to look at the chat. So I think I want this guy over there. maybe this guy over here, that right side. Now, do I want the vein side up or the other side? That's a good question. Because it's shiny from both ways. This is a gold one. It's shiny from both ways, so I'm trying to figure out how I want that to fall. Do I want it to go over it or under it? Okay, so I think what I need to do is go ahead and decorate the leaves first before I stick them down. Simply because the pen going over this texture underneath is not going to be good. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the sketching, doodling, whatever you want to call it, on the leaves, and then we will see where we go from there. So let's see if I can pick them up and drop them. Oh, let's see. I think the people who belong in the corner know who they are. They can send themselves. We're good. Oh, geez. Okay, you guys. Just too funny. Okay, so I'm just going to start doing some doodling on the inside, and I think what I might do, oh, so we're skipping just a little bit. I took this in the car, and it's kind of trying to acclimate itself back to not moving. So I may have to go a little slower than I usually would have to with this pretty pen. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and on this one at least I'm going to do an outline if my pen will cooperate. Just to get started. Okay, you guys don't see a flicker, do you? I'm starting to see a flicker on this side of the screen. Darn it. And I may have to, let me see, if I put the camera, if I zoom in, maybe the flicker will stop. Let's try that. I don't know, my OT lamps are behaving strangely. I don't understand why they're flickering. It's kind of weird. So let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe we can get rid of the flicker if I do that. And then you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Now we can zoom out again later. But let's get zoomed in so you can see what the heck is going on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I don't know that my focusing is, let's see, I might have the autofocus off. I don't remember what I had it on last time. I think I turned it off. So is it going to focus for us here? Is this okay? Alright, and is the flicker gone? That's another good question. Is the flicker gone? Okay. Alright, so okay, so let's continue after I blow my nose again. Darn it. Get going good. And, Sorry guys, allergies. At least I could talk this morning. Yesterday, not so much. Really weird. Okay, so let me see, what am I going to do with this? I don't really know. I seem to want to go, oh dear. My pen is protesting. Okay, don't push so hard on the pen. Alright, so I'm just going to go up like this, and I think we're going to let the serendipity skips remain. So, that seems to be all that one wants for the moment. So we're going to leave it like that and go on to the next thing. Let's take one of these guys and see where he wants to go. Let me see. You know, the side of the paper, that might have something to do with what this pen is. One side is really smooth. The other side is a little rougher. Okay, let's try the matte side of the paper. That's the smooth side. Let's try the matte side of the paper and see if the pen will work a little bit better for me. Okay, so I think what I wanted to do with this one is, oh dear, I'm not writing at all now. Hello, come on. Like I said, we're going to try this, and of course the line is not so spontaneous, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, so I'm just going to put like leafy veins, and then if I could find my other pen, I would do something. Let me see if I can find the fine liner. It might be right here behind me. I'm not sure. These look to all be the same. Yeah, that's the same. Just check the tips. Yeah, I've got a bukus of these things. I bought a whole box. I use so much white ink. It isn't funny. Yet I laugh. Okay, I do not see. Oh, wait. Here it is. Ah. I found it. This is a finer point. Now, I don't know if this one's going to work for me since I haven't used it in a while. Oh, look. Ta-da! It works good. Okay, so I'm going to cap this one for a moment. And we're going to see what we can do with this little guy here. Okay, so what I think I see in my mind, of course, and now on the paper, is just little dewdrops. Now this does not have a name that I know of. It's just a doodle. Yeah, I like that there. Okay, and this one just wants to echo the first line. Just doodle however you want to. This one, let's see, I'm going to grow it again from this side. So I want to do one of my favorites. And just let it keep going. And this pen is working quite well. Add some dots, and let's add the dots with this one. Come on. Yeah, this pen is really good for bigger dots. So you can really see what you got going with the bigger dots. Yep, I like that. Okay, let's see what we want to do next. Check the pen, make sure it's still working. Okay, let's see if I can keep my hair out of the camera. Hello, come this way. Okay, let's keep my hair out of the shot. All right. Let's see, what else do we want to do? I don't really want to do anything too linear on this one. Let's see, how about, oh, let's do swirls. That's what we'll do. We'll do swirls. And it doesn't really matter if you go inside to the outside, outside to the inside, you know, whatever you feel like at the moment. Sometimes I do both, but for consistency, I try to do one or the other and stay with it. Okay, got swirls. Now let's add some big dots to that one, just to add some detail. Come on, pen. Come on. Doesn't look like it wants to work for me too well today. I don't know, it's supposed to rain and have thunderstorms and all that good stuff, but so far it's just overcast as heck. No sun whatsoever. Lots of noise outside. Oh, you know what? I bet a lot of people have the day off, and I don't think there's any school either. Okay, so see what I've got going on so far. If I tilt it toward the lamp and raise it up, you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm filling it in. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do on this side? I need to get a box of these pens, the finer tip. I like the tiny, tiny details. That's my favorite thing. And like I said, I don't want to be linear, so, which means I don't want straight lines. Let's see if I could do, I can't seem to think of any tangles. Hang on just a second. And I think my small version of the book is packed. So let's see what we can find by looking in the Tangle book. See, these are mostly linear. I want something different. It's not circles, although we've got spirals, we've got dewdrops, let's see what else we can find. I guess we could do pearls. And this does not have this year's in here yet. I haven't had time to do it. Oh, that one would go. Okay, let's do that one. That one looks cool. See what else we can find. I love this one. It's called Dust Bunny. That's funny. I don't have dust bunnies. I have dust dragons. I'll sure be glad when this drought is over. I am tired of the dust. The studio has never been this dusty. It's amazing. Ooh, that's cool too. Okay. Still haven't found the exact thing I want to use for that other section. Let's see. It's kind of hard to do. I mean, I'm trying to get leaf-like, I'm trying to look leaf-like, but we may have to resort to other things, which is okay. Okay, we can do Sanibel. Let's try that one as well. All right, let's try that on this side. Okay, so Sanibel goes something like, you start like I do my feathers. So you're just kind of making loops, and you just kind of keep doing that. And then you can start in another direction, and you make like little fans basically with Sanibel. And this is not exactly how I usually do that, but at the moment I am trying to fill in a leaf and try to keep it leaf-like, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, that doesn't even look like Sanibel, but that was my inspiration. Okay. So we just have like little pod thingies. Okay. Alright. And I'm trying to fill. Okay, so on this side, what was I going to do? Okay, so something similar to, I can't think of the name of anything this morning. That's terrible. Well, anyway, let me see. It goes, or I see something like, and I'm trying to get them all to go this direction. So it's semi-directional. Okay, so let's just do a little more swirlies, but we're going to do them like this instead. And I'm starting off the wrong way. Yeah, I did. So it's inside to outside. That's how that goes. And I don't know if this is an official anything, but it's my doodle, so this is what we're doing. And I'll look at the chat in just a second. Okay, and I'm going to put some more dots. Oops, come on. And I like doing dots in threes. I don't know why. It just is. It is what it is. Okay, so now let me dot the, and this pen is making it come out like little crescents. That's really cool. Very unintentional, but very cool. Okay, so that leaf is done. Now let's see what we're going to do with this guy. See which side of the paper I've got. This side. Okay. So we're working on the less smooth side of the paper. The pen seems to be working a little bit better for some reason. I do not know. So this one seems to want I'm just going to go with it. Don't think, just do. So wavy lines, no rhyme or reason, just do it. And I'm kind of staying on one side of the leaf. I don't know. Well, I don't know why, but hey, we'll figure it out in a minute. All right, now let me see if I can get this pen to work again. Hello. Wakey wakey. And now we're going to go, apparently we're going to go where we didn't go with the wavy lines. I hear roosters. There's two roosters. There's one that lives next door on that side, and then on the street behind that is another rooster, and they talk to each other. And I know that because they sound different. One sounds distant, one's close. I've never actually seen the second rooster. The first rooster is black and white, and I can't remember the name, but I did look it up once. And the guy also has some Rhode Island red chickens, and they're gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. Let's see, I don't know what to do next. Pick up the pen, just start making marks. Okay, apparently they're getting some veiny things. Okay, and the pen's not working really well, but you can still see. Okay, so here's my first three leaves. Okay, let's see, where's my camera? There it is. So there's my first three leaves. So I've got one that's really, really full, one that's not so full, and then one kind of in between. Okay. Okay, so there's three leaves there. Let's do some placement over here. I want to play with the leaf placement for a second. See what's going to happen with these guys. Maybe we'll do something like that and like this. Now, where would I put a quote? Something tells me right over here is where I want my quote. So then I'm going to have, here, let's do this leaf real quick. It wants attention. This side. Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, so we're going to do lines and dots. Okie dokie. Now I don't know if that's an official title or not, but that's what it is. It's lines and dots. Keep my head out of the picture. And we're getting a little bit linear, but it's not too bad. We don't have any perfectly straight lines, so we're good. We're going to meet it over there. Okay, now what do I want to do? It wants to be, oh, here's what it wants to be. If my pen will cooperate, I can get it. Let me try the other one. If I go slow and not try to go too fast. Okay, can you guys even see what's going on here? Let's see. I think so. All right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do loopy lines. I don't even know if this is going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. Don't think, just do it. When you overthink it, you're done. You're not going to be happy. Oh, I like that. Okay, good. We'll just let the pen do whatever it wants. Up to a point, of course. And meet the other line. Ha! There we go. Now I can always go back in and fill in. I'm not going to do that right now because I have some other things I want to show you guys. Okay, so here's another one. And I've got one more leaf and I'm going to put him over here. Let's see, let me get on the right side of it. Okay, and what does he want to do? He wants to, oh, he wants to be circles. Okie dokie, we will be circles. So here's where I get quiet because I'm concentrating on making the pen work without the pen skipping too much. And I'm just going to let these lines go wherever they want to go. Put the pen down and start drawing. Don't overthink it, just do it. And I seem to be alternating from one side to the other, which is giving me a kind of cool effect. That's pretty cool. So I think I want one more line right here. Yeah. Okay, that's what we want to do. All right. And I can always come back and doodle more later. But right now, this is what I want to do. So have this one going this way. Okay, and if I move this one a bit, then I have more room for my quote right up here once I figure out what the heck that quote is. So I think this is going to be my layout. Just like that. Now I'm going to grab my phone and take a quick picture in case I forget what I was doing. All right. Do I have a snack? Yes, I do, Dar. What time is it? Yeah, it's right on time. Good deal. All right, let me grab a quick picture of this, and I'll take a picture because, you know, sometimes I forget what I'm doing or I get interrupted, and this is just a good, quick thing to do. Okay, just in case. Like the fan comes on and blows everything off the page. It's like, oh no, I hadn't memorized that yet. Wait. You know? happens. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Get stuff stacked on there. Okay, so what I've got going on now, let me put this over in the corner. Okay, there. I need to back up a little bit. Okay, let me back up the camera just a bit. It seems a little fuzzy to me, I'm not sure. But let me back up so we can work. There we go. Okay, now we can see. All right, so, whoops, lost the chat screen there for a second. Okay, yes, I have my snacks, and is Dana still here? I don't know if you know about these things. They're KIND bars. This one is caramel, almond, and sea salt. It only has 5 grams of sugar, and it's got 6 grams of protein. Plus, it's got fiber and, you know, all that other stuff as well. Wait, I heard something outside. Hold on just a second. I gotta check something. Okay, can't see. All right, sorry. Had to check something. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is stop the recording and we'll have a part 2 while I eat this, because I don't want to eat this on camera. Wait, you know, make y'all wait. But I'll still broadcast and talk to you. So let me hit the stop record, and we're going to do part 1.